India versus Australia, the border Gavaskar Trophy. Rohit Sharma is not going to be available, and he's a key player as well, an opener. He can take the game away.
You didn't give me your prediction. I said Australia is going to win. They're going to go 1-0 up to Adelaide. You didn't give me your prediction.
Hard to pick India as favourite in the first Test match because of their form. As a cricket analyst, as a broadcaster, I feel Australia have the edge.
So I think if India win the toss, they will choose to bowl first.
Virat Kohli. All eyes on him. Let's be honest. The focus is on Virat Kohli. So whom are you looking at as a batsman slot?
I will open with KL Rahul and Jaiswal. We have no choice.
Magnificent catch.
Just look at Badri now, diving into it.
Lovely shot.
Picks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cric It with Badri. This video is presented to you by DIVO News. We have our guest Priyatham with us. Hi Priyatham.
Hi Badri, how are you doing?
Very well. The much awaited test series is here, Priyatham and the audience. India versus Australia, the border Gavaskar Trophy. It's being called BGT in short form, but BGT is coming with a lot of hype and an extraordinary test series to look forward to. Priyatham, let me be honest. I'm an Indian. I want India to do well. But all I'm hoping for is some good test matches. I really don't have big hopes on India, the way they're playing and their form and their team availability. But I'm really hoping for a good test series. What are your first thoughts?
I think as a fan, that's all we all hope for, Badri. But I think these are two, what can I say, sides which are slightly jittery with their batting. But Australia has fantastic bowling. Their stalwarts are there. Cummins, Stark, Lyon, and of course Hazelwood, they're there. So Australia are definitely up for this. I think they've been talking about this in the media since August. India have won the last two BGT series in Australia, and not since the West Indies era has somebody gone into Australia and beaten Australia comprehensively twice.
Can we both agree that Australia are a little better equipped and a much more balanced team than India? And in form as well?
Hands down favorites.
Hands down favorites, says Priyatham. But we'll have to wait and watch. It's a huge test match series, 5 test match series. But then the first test is starting in the Optus Stadium in Perth. So let us just clarify, there are two stadiums. Waka, one of the fastest wicket at a point of time, Waka. But now the Optus Stadium is a little bit different. As far as we know, it's definitely not as fast, as hard as Waka used to be. Spinners also can rule the roost, and the teams batting first, Priyatham, on this Optus wicket have done well. The last 4 matches Australia have played there, they have won, and you have some numbers on teams batting first as well, isn't it? Batting first seems to be an advantage.
I think batting first is an advantage, Badri. Like you mentioned, last 4 times Australia have played here, they've won. And in fact, the team that has lost most closely is India by 140 runs in 2018 when Virat had that.
It's funny you say close and 140 runs. Close and 140 runs. It's not even close.
No, which is why I'm saying this. Traditionally in Perth, what happens is in the 3rd day and 4th day, the cracks open up big time. And I've watched a lot of cricket from Perth. And 3rd day and 4th day, the cracks definitely open up. And even in the Optus, it'll open up, maybe not as much as the old Waka. So that's why teams batting, winning the toss, always bat first. And I'm just slightly concerned, Badri, that India had the experience of winning a toss in Bangalore a month ago and they decided to bat and got bundled out. So I think if India win the toss, they will choose to bowl first. Australia will bat first, regardless if they win the toss. So I don't even think we need a toss, to be honest.
It's all about confidence, isn't it? I think playing in Australia, playing in the Optus Stadium in Perth, if you have the batting and if your batting is really clicking, you would love to bat first. But then India not so much riding on confidence. Another factor we have to throw light upon is the Indian captain is missing. Rohit Sharma is not going to be available, and he's a key player as well, an opener. He can take the game away, especially against fast bowlers in Australia, but he's not available. And Bumrah is going to lead. He hasn't led much, Priyatham. Maybe just 1 match, isn't it? He led India, but not much of experience. Taking on Australia in Australia as a captain and as a fast bowler, we haven't seen much. Going to be a huge challenge for Bumrah, I feel.
2 things, Badri. First of all, best wishes to Rohit and his family on the birth of their child. But I mean, it's great that Rohit Sharma had his child and everything, but if I were Rohit, somehow I would have dashed to Perth because India will miss Rohit, the leader, more than Rohit, the batsman. I know he was terrible as a captain against New Zealand. I've said this on your show, but I think he's got the experience of leading India in big events, whether it's the World Cup or against Australia, England, high-profile series. Bumrah, slightly unfair on him to be under the pump because he can't focus on his bowling. As a captain, you know that you've led Tamil Nadu on so many occasions. You've got to focus on so many things, your players, everything. And to be the premier strike bowler is very tough. Pat Cummins has done it, but he's got experience. It's going to be tough on Bumrah, and I hope his performance doesn't be affected because of this. He's not had too much experience leading at any level. He led India once in England and Birmingham, and India lost badly, even though they had 380 to defend. I really wish Rohit Sharma was there. And add to that, there is no Shubman Gill. So there's a lot of pressure on Bumrah right at the top of the order. No Rohit, no Gill.
That's what I was going to talk about next. Actually, India going into the series with some injury worries. Shubman Gill not available. KL Rahul had a injury to his finger, but now he is available and he played. Rohit Sharma is not there. So batting definitely has taken a dent already before the big series. So I feel India always boasted of a tremendous batting lineup. The batting was never a concern, but then the bowling used to be a concern because the opposition had the firepower in the bowling, but India never had it going into Australia. But this time the bowling seems a little bit more confident and more, even with both sides. But the Indian batting is definitely taken a dent, I think.
I think both are vulnerable batting units, but because of the presence of 800 odd wickets between Cummins and Stark and Lyon, not 800,000 wickets, Cummins, Stark, Lyon and Hazelwood, I will definitely give the bowling edge to Australia, especially because Shami is not there. Now, if Shami and Bumrah were there along with Akashdeep, I would have said, okay, we're at least not totally up against it, but minus Shami, I think India's bowling is also looking vulnerable, Badri, and they're talking about some very, very young players coming in. So I think Australia have a massive edge.
I only said that at least it looks balanced, but definitely not balanced. Extremely good bowling lineup Australia have got, Preetham. Like you mentioned, 1,000 wickets among them. Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazelwood, Nathan Lyon. He's one of the highest wicket takers. Nathan Lyon is one of the highest wicket takers in Optus Stadium. I think he's got, if I'm right, 37 wickets, which is tremendous for an off spinner. So they are going to be a potentially good attack. Whether Indian batting will keep up to the extraordinary Australian bowling attack, that's the question. But talking about Indian batting, we have to talk about one player, Preetham, Virat Kohli. All eyes on him. Let's be honest. The focus is on Virat Kohli. He's been extremely, out of form with Virat Kohli standards. I mean, it's really, can we say it's now or never? Is this series a big series for Virat? Can we say it's now or never for Virat Kohli in test series, in test matches?
I mean, you could say that, but what is a big series? I think from, where Virat has been, with Bangladesh and New Zealand, the 5 tests, he didn't do much. His highest score was 70 and he averaged about 20 or 18 or whatever it was. What is a big series? Now, is averaging 30 an improvement from 20? Absolutely. But would we want Virat to do a lot more than that? Yes. Can he? I don't know. But Badri, just to take you 2 tests in South Africa, very, very spicy pitches. And he played 2 brilliant knocks. There was one knock of 76 of 80 balls, another knock of 48 when the Indian score was 150. South Africa were bundled out for 50 odd. So I think in this stage of his career, pace and bounce is something that he will welcome far more than spin. So I think Virat will have a few innings here and there, but will he have a series like he did in 2014? I think
not. Really not, because that time he was at his peak. Definitely playing at his best. Like you mentioned, even as a cricketer, as a former batsman, I feel that he will relish pace and bounce. So he is one of those cricketers who he started off as a very good player of spinner, but he became a player who is extremely good of fast bowlers and loves pace and bounce. That's what Virat Kohli has become. I can't ignore the statement of Ricky Ponting, Preetham. I can't ignore it. See, we can ask who is Ricky Ponting to talk about Indian cricket. What Ricky Ponting said was very valid. He said that if the same performance, if any other player played, he will not be playing international cricket. That is the statement Ricky Ponting made about Virat Kohli. It can't be ignored. The essence of his statement can't be ignored. But then let's wait and watch what Virat Kohli does in this series. It's a lot of cricket to be played. 5 test matches. It's a big, long tour of Australia. So definitely the series won't go in a straight lane. There will be ups and downs. It's a huge journey. So let's hope that Virat Kohli has a very good series. Talking about Australia, Yes, they also have some concerns, a little bit of concern at the top of the order, Pratham. Who do you think is going to open along with Head?
Head is not going to open, Badri. They have Usman Khwaja there, and McSweeney is going to open with. They've already named him as their opener. Head will play at number 5. So I think their top order is slightly vulnerable because the new opener coming through. But I think you look at two players there, Smith and Head, and they've had tremendous success against India regardless of formats. And I think just like Virat, Smith is going through a bad patch, but he's slightly younger than Virat and he's played far less cricket than Virat. The body is not as gone through so much as Virat has. I'm predicting Smith to have a massive BGT. So Smith is going to score tons of runs, and he always scores against India. If you look at his average against India, is some ridiculous number. And I'm predicting Smith to score a lot of runs. And if India don't find a way to get Smith and Head out early, they're going to trouble India a lot.
Yeah. They're going to be the backbone of the middle order, I think. Like you mentioned, Smith, especially Smith, because his favorite side is India. There are some players, when they see India, they come to their own. One of those batsmen is Steve Smith. Another batsman that I mentioned was Ricky Ponting as well. His favorite team was India as well.
I'll give you one more stat. Sorry, Badri. I'll give you one more stat. Manas Labuschagne, who's at number 3, has scored 300s in his last 3 Test matches up to Stadium. So he really loves that place also. Just to give you some context.
Some players love the opposition, love Team India, and some players love Optus Stadium. Talking about Manas Labuschagne and Nathan Lyon as well. He's been extremely good in Optus Stadium. So definitely a challenge for Team India. So I feel that India have to be at their best, play good cricket in order to beat Australia in Australia. Let me be honest, and I want your predictions, Pritham. Honest prediction. What is your prediction for the first test, India versus Australia? Let's go on Cricket with Badri.
We'll go into, before we talk about the 11s, you asked me for the prediction. We will go into Adelaide, Australia going 1-up into Adelaide.
Yeah, Australia are firm favourites going into the first test match. Do you see any changes in the 11? We need some replacement, isn't it? Especially Team India. Shubman Gill is out. So whom are you looking at as a batsman slot?
I'm looking at the 11s very, very differently, Badri. I don't think anybody will agree with me. Maybe you won't even agree with me, and I hope they do it, but I'm not sure. I will open with KL Rahul and Jaiswal. We have no choice now that I think actually you could have opened with Ishwaran, because when Rohit comes anyway, he's going to replace that person. But India need to start off positively, so they're going to go with KL and Jaiswal. Actually, at number 3.
Yeah, just to connect you there. Just coming before you come to number 3, the reports is that KL opening with Jaiswal is the reports that are coming in. So I think most likely that KL Rahul has opened before, and he has opened and got 100 in Australia. So I think he will definitely look to open. And 3, what we are hearing is Devdutt Padikkal will probably be a left-handed option. Is what the reports are coming in. But what are your choices?
I would go slightly different, Badri. I would have loved to have seen Sai Sudarshan stay back and him play at 3. He's got a fantastic back foot game. He scored 100 for India A. I think the team management has preferred Devdutt Padikkal, and rightly so, because he played in the England series, played 1 match in Dharamshala and got a 60-odd. But actually, I would go completely different. I am a big Washington Sundar fan. He's got the pedigree to bat in the top 6. I would play Washi at 3, Kohli at 4, Rishabh at 5, Jurel at 6, Jadeja at 7. That would be my top 7, because then Washi can give you that off-spin option. He bowls a lot of overspin, which is what Nathan Lyon does. He'd be very, very successful on this pitch. Then you play 3 bowlers. You play Bumrah, you play Akashdeep, you play Krishna, and you have an option to play Nitish Rana, which is what the team management seems to be in love with. Nitish Rana. They're talking him about as the next Kapil Dev. So
but Nitish Reddy.
Nitish
Reddy.
Apologies.
Nitish Reddy, yes. Nitish Reddy seems to be another favourite. They're looking to play him. If Nitish Reddy plays, let's not forget he can bowl a little bit of medium pace as well. So probably Ashwin might get a look in with 5 bowlers, Ashwin and Jadeja, and 3 bowlers can play. I mean, I'm just throwing in the options, playing Nitish Reddy as the 3rd fast bowler, but let's wait and watch what Team India are going to do. So thank you, Pratham, for sharing your thoughts on Cricket with Badri.
Badri, sorry, you didn't give me your prediction. I said Australia is going to win. They're going to go 1-0 up to Adelaide. You didn't give me your prediction.
I'm also thinking it's hard to pick India as favourite in the first test match because of their form. But you never know the game. We all want, the heart wants what it wants. I want India to do well. But then as a cricket analyst, as a broadcaster, I feel Australia have the edge. Let's wait and watch.
Agree completely.
Yeah, exciting test cricket ahead. A lot more content coming your way here on Cricket with Badri. This video was presented to you by DIVO News. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon as well. Whenever we post a video, you'll get a notification. Thank you guys. See you soon. Bye.